Hi guys, welcome back here to Indoor-Mania, my park here in Parkitect. This build I've been doing for a few weeks now, so if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, thanks for joining me again. And if you're in quarantine as well from coronavirus or whatever, now's the perfect chance to go through and watch all my videos, I guess, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I'm hopefully going to get some more content out, seeing as I'm at home right now as I lost my job. So, on a positive note, this park is really coming along. I've been really progressing with the space area, and as you saw in the last episode, I actually started with the Mack Hyper Coaster. I wanted to get one more coaster in this area, so I decided to do like a small Intamin launch coaster inspired by Canon at which used to be at Liseberg in Sweden. It had a really small compact layout, very small top hat, and like a kind of like a 40-kilometer launch, I believe. So I wanted to do something similar to that. I think that'd be perfect for an indoor park, and I managed to squeeze this really compact, cool layout in to this part of the park. And yeah, I'm going to give this like a moon expedition theme. I've got some ideas for it. I'm not going to go in and do much of the theming today. I'm going to do that for the next episode. Today I just want to get some things placed down and put around in this area. So I can really see how the area will look before I start going in and doing details. So I've got the two coasters in there. I'm going to get rid of the air race that you can just see there. And I'm going to move the drop tower just in a sec. Do another idea that I've come up with. Right now I just wanted to get like a backdrop for this indoor area. And I wanted to do like a starry background. This is totally not my idea. This is something that Astrotron does quite a lot. And I thought it'd be really cool to do this as well in this area, seeing as it was like a space area. So I did a blueprint there, and I've just kind of copied and pasted it around and made like a starry wall. So I'm going to use that on both sides of the walls in the space area. I'm just placing some rings down on the launch just for like an idea, for like a concept, so I can come back and fiddle with that later on. But yeah, I like the colours, the purples and these petrol blues and things. I don't know if I'm really going to stay with that just yet. But here's where I wanted to actually move the drop tower. So now, as you can see, it's on the right, but now I'll put it over to the left. I'm going to put the theming onto it, which I made in the last episode, which is this Saturn V kind of rocket style decor. I'm actually going to make the tower a little bit taller, which I've done, and that actually is now going to poke through the roof of this section of the park. So I'm going to make like a little section of roof that's probably built especially for this ride. I've seen this before in parks. Actually, in the American Dream Mall in New Jersey, their drop tower or launch tower actually goes up into the ceiling as well like that, and there's a space made for it. And I'm sure I've seen one somewhere else. Maybe it was in Dubai at Ferrari Land or something. I'm sure they used to have a tower there that was in like a purpose-built kind of part of the building. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if you know any other drop towers that are kind of built into a roof, you know, let me know down below in the comments. I'm sure I've seen one somewhere, but I've done one there. Now I'm making like a really cool bridge now, which will actually go from the jungle adventure area, which will come through this part of the facade in there, and you come up into a bridge over the launch coaster and then down into the space area, which I'm kind of calling Space Bay, or like the space, well, you know what I mean. I've called it Space Bay 1 at the moment, to give it like a nice cool space sci-fi kind of feel. I've used the quadruple rail coaster track, which is actually a mod. I'm using that as like roof kind of structure supports, and I'm not actually going to put a roof on this park because I want you to be able to see into it, but I'm using those beams there just as like a reference to where the roof would be and how it would kind of sit. Later on I'll add supports and things into those. So at this side of the park, I keep saying park, I mean the space area. I wanted to do like a half pipe coaster, like an Intamin half pipe. It would be cool if there was kind of like the spinny half pipe trains that the half pipe coasters have, or the singular kind of car that like RC Racer has at Disneyland. Hollywood Studios as well, is it called that, in Disney Paris? And there's also one in Hong Kong, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, like the RC style, the limb kind of half pipe coaster. I thought it'd be really cool to put one of those in. Very common in indoor parks. I've seen quite a few of them actually in indoor places. But really compact, really cool. Just thought I'd add one in. I'm gonna theme it to like the Apollo missions. Give it like a some theming, which I'm going to do now. This is kind of the only theming I do today, which is basically this ride, and then I'll move on to the rest of the other stuff in this area in the next episode. But I just wanted to give it like a cool, kind of like, yeah, like a moon mission, Saturn V again, Apollo kind of mission era. Add like a launch tower where the rocket would go, and use the kind of black and white colors from the Saturn V and the reds from the, to make it really look kind of spacey. Do a little queue line in the station, and I will dress it up more as I go along once I've kind of figured out the rest of the area. But yeah, I just wanted to get a half. I definitely wanted to do a half pipe. I had the idea since the beginning, and I wanted to actually do it in the jungle adventure area. But that area of the park was actually so small, it didn't really work. So this was a perfect place to put it. Here I've just used some like these frames and things, and I've made like a launch tower using some of the catwalk pieces there to make like platforms and things, where the rocket would line up against before it would take off. So that's the idea for that. And then the train, I've just set the train to like a few laps. I've actually put on the Gerstlauer Infinity trains onto it because I think they suit it the best. And actually the supports I put down, I actually made for my water park, Water World. I had a half pipe coaster in that park, and those supports were from that. I thought I might as well just copy them across rather than making the whole thing again. Put the coaster on a few laps, so it goes back and forward a few times, and yeah, really easy, really compact, really easy to do as well if you want to do it in one of your parks. So I'm really happy with that. Just going to do like a rough queue line now and stuff, and get kind of the path work and that moving, so I can come back in later on. And I wanted to do like a little marquee for the ride as well, so I'm using the shapes, doing a circle there, and that great text feature from the DLC, which you can do some text. I've written Apollo there, and this ride I'm just going to call it Apollo, which I think is nice and simple but effective. And yeah, so that's basically that. Space theme, like I said, I didn't want to do anything too fantasy-like. I still wanted to keep it kind of in my style. I like to do these realism things, and I thought I'd kind of use this space area to dedicate it to like NASA missions and that kind of stuff, rather than doing like an alien space area. So that's the idea behind it. And on the back of this half pipe coaster, I'm actually going to do like another starry wall with some planets and things, so I think that'd be really cool. But thanks for watching my video. Do give me a thumbs up, click that subscribe button. I'll try and get a couple more videos out over the next few days, and I'll see you all next time for another episode. Bye.